Let's do a really practical example where we can put things into categories. Actually, we're going to put some people into some categories, and we're going to be dealing with the presidents. We do not have all of the presidents listed here, but that is okay. Here goes. Consider this set of presidents. This is going to be our universal set. And then using your knowledge of history, we're going to create these subsets. Those that died in office, those that served more than one term in office, even part of another term, like Lincoln, for example, elected to a second term and then died shortly into his second term, and then related to another president. So we are going to make 3 circles. I'm going to freehand my circles and see how well I do at freehanding 3 circles. There we go. Not using any stencils or anything that would help me at all to draw nice, neat circles. There we go. Wow, I drew those very well with no help whatsoever. And then we're going to put it in a larger box, and that larger box is going to be our universal set. So if you're doing this while I'm doing this, you've probably already finished drawing your circles, but I'm trying to draw mine nice and neat and pretty. So here we go. Oh no, we're going to have some random words or part of a word in our box. That's okay, we'll deal with it. Okay, so we're going to decide which president goes in which box, in which circles, and there is going to be some overlap here. So we're going to have 3 of them. 3 different circles, and one of them is going to be presidents that died in office. That will be D. We're going to have presidents that served more than one term, and we're going to have presidents that are related to another president, and we need to go through all of these and decide where they go. And I'm going to go ahead and point out that we're going to have 1 or 2 that will not be in any circle. That means they're going to be over here, right here where the part of the word represent is, okay? Somewhere in the box, but not in the circle. So here goes. Theodore Roosevelt served more than one term. He is related to another president. He did not die in office. Okay, so we're going to go, I'm going a little bit slowly right now. We're going to pick this up in a minute, but what we're really doing is deciding what circles they go in. Theodore Roosevelt is in this circle. Theodore Roosevelt is in this circle, but he's not in the D circle. Therefore, he is right here in the overlap of T and R, but not D. So, T and R, which is appropriate because his initials are, well, TR. So we're going to abbreviate a lot here. Okay, Franklin Roosevelt served more than one term, for sure. Franklin Roosevelt is related to another president. He's Teddy Roosevelt's cousin. And he also died in office unexpectedly. So he is in all 3 circles. The only place that's in all 3 circles would be the one in the middle, and that would be Franklin Roosevelt, also known as FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Okay, we've taken care of Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt. Let's get to Lincoln. Lincoln died in office. Lincoln served more than one term. Lincoln is not related to another president. So Lincoln should be nowhere in this circle at all. Not here, not here, not here, not here. Okay, so no Lincoln here. But he is in this circle and this circle. And if he's going to be in both circles, then Lincoln needs to be here. I'm going to put L-I-N. Okay? George W. Bush, let's go ahead and take care of him and George H.W. Bush. Clearly, we have some that are related to one another. We have father and son here. So both father and son are going to be in this circle, but in different places. Okay? Neither one of them died in office. So because neither Bush died in office, neither Bush will be in any of this region. This region is the overlap of presidents that are related to other presidents and presidents that died in office. Okay, so no Bush goes here. However, George W. Bush, the son, served more than one term. So we have George W. Bush in this circle and in this circle. So George W. Bush is here, but George H.W. Bush served one term. So George H.W. Bush goes here. Okay, we have Ronald Reagan, who did not die in office. He came close. They would be assassin, but anyway, came close. Ronald Reagan is not here. Ronald Reagan is not related to another president. Ronald Reagan did serve more than one term, so therefore he doesn't belong in this circle or this circle. There we go. So Reagan is here. We have Kennedy. Kennedy did not serve more than one term. He did not finish his term. He is not related to another president. He clearly did die in office. There we go. William Henry Harrison. All right, here's an interesting one. Not much time in office for this guy, so less than one term. He is not in this circle. He did die in office. He is related to another president. There is another Harrison, and William Henry Harrison, is, oh, good grief, Benjamin Harrison. I couldn't think of it. I wanted to say George Harrison. That's the wrong Harrison. George Harrison is one of the Beatles. Anyway, William Henry Harrison died in office and is related to another president. So William Henry Harrison goes here. Okay, Obama. Obama lived through all of his terms, both terms, so he did serve more than one term in office, and he is not related to another president. So here's Obama. Arthur, Chester Arthur. Chester Arthur did not even serve a full term, so he's definitely not here. He did not die in office. He is not related to another president. He is not in any circle, so we have Chester Arthur right here. Ford did not die in office, did not serve more than one term, didn't serve a full term, and is not related to another president, so Ford is also here. Okay, we have taken a few minutes to figure out where some of these presidents go, and we now have these lovely sets, and we're going to answer these 11 questions, and we will abbreviate quite a bit in this. This can get a little bit tedious, but we're going to take this opportunity just to make sure we understand what's going on. So, T, Union D. This is the list of every president that served more than one term and also died in office. Now, it's not every president, and I think I just worded that very poorly. This is a list of all presidents that served more than one term, along with a list of all presidents that died in office. It's not the overlap of the two. That would be, in this case, Lincoln and FDR. And I'm not listing all presidents. This is the set of presidents I'm dealing with. So clearly, I'm leaving a lot of the people out. But here goes. Let's start listing some stuff. We'll switch to black ink. Okay, everything in the T circle, everything in the D circle. So T circle and D circle together in no particular order is Kennedy, William Henry Harrison, Lincoln, FDR, Teddy Roosevelt, George W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, and Obama. There we go. There they are in no particular order. And this is bugging me. I'm going to finish the second H in William Henry Harrison right there. All right, cool. All right, let's keep moving. T intersect R. This is going to be a list of all the presidents in this list, this universal list. List of all presidents in this list that served more than one term and also are related to another president. So it's just this overlap right here. So FDR, Teddy Roosevelt, and George W. Bush. So here goes. FDR, TR, GWB. Okay, the third one, which I clearly hand wrote in this case, but on your copy it is probably typed. T intersect R, but not really. Okay, so we actually just did this problem, but not really. All right, so T intersect R was these, but when I say the complement of that, I want everything else. So I want everything that I didn't just name. So let's take the little eraser dump truck here. And I'm going to cover up FDR, Teddy Roosevelt, and George W. Bush. I'm going to try to cover them up strategically. There they are. Okay, they are covered up now, and I'm going to list everybody else instead. My dump truck's not standing up. I don't think it's very stable. Anyway, there we go. So I've covered up everything that is T intersect R. So we're going to list everything else. And everything else is, well, here goes. Kennedy, I'm going to start abbreviating a lot more. Lincoln, he's the only one that starts with an L. Reagan, he's the only one that starts with an R on our list. George H.W. Bush, William Henry Harrison, Arthur, and Ford. There we go. Let's not abbreviate Ford with an F because of FDR. Ford. There we go. All right, let's keep moving. T apostrophe. T apostrophe is, well, it's T, but not, okay? So it's everything that's all the people that served more than one term that are on our list. but it's actually not them. So let's take the white out this time and let's cover that up, and it's everybody else. So it's Kennedy, William Henry Harrison, George H.W. Bush, so the father, Arthur and Ford, and so here goes. Kennedy, William Henry Harrison, George H.W. Bush, Arthur and Ford. Okay, let's keep moving. R union D complement. Okay, R union D, let's deal with what that is first. R union D is R, D, you list them all. But basically I want what that isn't. So I don't want R, I don't want D, I want everything else. So it's Arthur, it's Ford, it's Reagan, it's Obama, but it's nothing that's in the R or the D circles. So Reagan, Obama, Arthur, Ford. All right. I need to make a correction to something I did just a couple minutes ago. I just realized I left something out up here. T intersect R was this, and I wanted to list everybody else, and I did not list Obama. I was listing a bunch of other people, and I got in a big way of abbreviating and left out Obama. So there we go. We'll put Reagan and then Obama. All right. Here goes. Sorry about that. Here, this is a fun one. T, union R, union D, but not really. Okay, so let's ignore the not really. T, union R, union D. So that's all the T's, all the R's, all the D's, list them all together. It's not where they overlap. It's actually everything listed together. So it's my T's, my R's, my D's. It's all three of these circles, and I would love to list them all, but I'm not because the apostrophe tells me not to list them, so I'm left with Arthur and Ford. So Arthur and Ford. Okay. T union R, let's figure that out, and then we'll do the opposite of that. So T union R would be all this right here. All that, that's T union R, but I don't want that. I want everything else. So not those. So it's going to be Kennedy, Arthur, and Ford. So Kennedy, Arthur, Ford. Ford. Okay. R intersect D. R intersect D is going to be, well, where R intersects D. So it's everything that R and D have in common. It's basically the ones that died in office and also are related to another president, and that would be Franklin Delano Roosevelt and William Henry Harrison, basically people that go by their middle names also. So FDR, William Henry Harrison, done. Okay, our union D, we actually did this one but didn't do it, and I actually didn't finish that one. So let's actually go back up to here, and let me put a bracket on that one. My bad, that's an ugly bracket, but let's not judge the bracket. Okay, R union D is everything that R and D are together. Just throw them all together. And so at this point, I'm going to list all the stuff in both of these circles. So Kennedy, Lincoln, FDR, William Henry Harrison, Teddy Roosevelt, George W. Bush, and George H.W. Bush. So I'm going to list all of those. So Kennedy, FDR, William Henry Harrison, Teddy Roosevelt, both Bushes, George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush. Okay, now we get to a couple of tricky ones, and I have to be very careful, and I'm actually going to kind of color these a little bit as we go. Let me turn this just a little bit. It was crooked. There we go. Sorry about that shadow there that I just drew on. Okay, so T union R. Let's deal with that first. It's in parentheses, so let's deal with that first. So T union R. T union R is all the stuff in both of these circles right here. So here's T union R. So it's Reagan, Obama, Lincoln, FDR, Teddy Roosevelt, both Bushes, and Harrison, okay? T union R. But then I want to intersect everything I just said with D. So really what I'm asking is, where do these, or which presidents are in these circles that are also in the D circle? So what I'm really doing is this right here. Okay, so it was the T and the R, all those together, but then I just want to know which of these guys died in office. Lincoln, FDR, and William Henry Harrison. So there's that answer. Lincoln, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and William Henry Harrison. Okay, one more. R, Union, D. So let's go back up here. Let's erase our light pencil work. R, Union, D. R, Union, D. That would be all these right here. So everything in the R circle, everything in the D circle, we'd list them all together. We'd be like, oh, look, it's Kennedy, Lincoln, FDR, Harrison, both Bushes, and Roosevelt. So all that. Roosevelt's, Bushes, Harrison, Lincoln, Kennedy, all of it. But I want to intersect it with T. Notice I'm kind of going backwards, but I do parentheses first. It's still mathematical, right? So I'm going to intersect everything I just said with T. So my question really is, where do these two circles, all of them, intersect with T? And that would be Lincoln, Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, and George W. Bush. Basically what this is a list of all the presidents that either died in office or are related to another president that served more than one term. That's what this is really saying. So, Lincoln, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, William Henry Harrison, both Bushes, Teddy Roosevelt, here's both Bushes, George H.W. Bush. There we go. All righty. Now, up in the directions it said state what they represent. We have not done that. I'm not going to write them, but I am going to kind of go back through and just briefly talk about what every one of them represents, although I did do that last one. So here goes. We have to keep in mind what these letters represent. Those that died in office, those that served more than one term, and those related to another president. So here goes. This is a list of every president that, this word right here means or, by the way. So this is a list of every president that served more than one term in office or died in office. Now, it's not every president, okay, because I don't have like Warren Harding in there who died in office, or Zachary Taylor, or, you know, those kinds of guys. But we do have from this list, right? So I do want to point out, again, this is super important, and this is going to come in handy later, that this word actually means or. That symbol means or. And now it's blurry. You haven't gone blind, don't worry. This word actually means and that's going to come in handy. So this is T and R. These are all the presidents on our list that served more than one term in office and are related to another president. These are all the presidents that served more than one term in office and are related to another president, but they're actually not, okay? So it is not the list of presidents that served more than one term and are related to another president. These are the ones that did not serve more than one term. These are the ones that did not die in office or are related to another president. This is a list of every president that did not die in office, related to another president, are related to another president, or serve more than one term. Okay, kind of catching the drift? I hope so. They did not serve more than one term. They are not related to another president. They are related to another president and, notice the symbol, and died in office. Related to another president, or they died in office. Okay? More than one term or related to another president, it's those, but they also died. And then we talked about this one.